What's your favorite piece of useless trivia? The first man-made object to break the sound barrier was the bullwhip. Humans achieved light-speed communication with signal fires, but the bandwidth was terrible. I won a Jeopardy game back in high school for knowing that the longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. I'm still a fan of Uncle John's bathroom readers. In 2012, Walmart's most sold item was the banana. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the first civilian to own a Hummer. There once existed an alleged theoretical state of war that lasted 335 years and 19 days and was between the Dutch and an archipelago off the coast of southwest England called the Isles of Scilly. What's more, there were no casualties because the Dutch forgot that they were at war with the Isles. Japanese honeybees cook hornet scouts that enter the hive by swarming them and then vibrating until they reach a temperature they can stand, but the hornet can't. In order to appeal to a larger market in the US, Chinese gooseberry was renamed kiwi fruit and later shortened to kiwi. Only a fifth of the Sahara Desert is sand. What's the rest? Likely extremely arid land. A desert is classified based on lack of rainfall, with Antarctica being the largest. Ketchup was sold as medicine in the 1830s. To cure what? Digestive problems. That's after ketchup was made using tomatoes. Before then it was made from mushrooms or fish. The octopus has 3 hearts, 2 to pump blood to the gills, while the third pumps the blood throughout the body. If you push a living sponge through a fine mesh screen, it will rearrange itself in a few hours. Spaghetti is plural. I'll have a single spaghetto please. The door opening noise from Star Trek was a piece of paper being taken out of an envelope. Those sound effects studios are fascinating. It's just a warehouse full of crap, and it's like to make the sound of an airplane taking off. We rub a piece of celery onto the side of a 1962 Chevy Impala. In feudal Japan, lords purposely built homes with squeaky floors as a defensive measure against ninjas. PSSHHHT just sounds like a quick-witted contractor. What the? These floors are squeaky as hell. Oh no, this is the latest in ninja security. Shoelaces are mentioned at least 12 times in the Bible. The country with the longest fence in the world is Australia. The whole of Australia could fit comfortably into the Sahara Desert, with plenty of room to spare. If Wayne Gretzky, who holds the NHL record for most career goals, had never scored a goal, he would still hold the record for most career points, goals plus assists. Ohio is the only US state that doesn't share a letter with the word mackerel. The plural of fish can be fish or fishes. If all the fish are the same species, then the plural is fish. 2 salmon are fish. If there is more than one species, the plural is fishes. A salmon and a haddock comprise fishes. Same with money and monies. Kangaroos can't hop backwards. And emus can't walk backwards. Both are on the Australian coat of arms as symbols of a progressive country. Gruntled, the opposite of disgruntled, means pleased, satisfied, and contented. I know you can be overwhelmed, and you can be underwhelmed. Can you ever just be whelmed? From a botanical standpoint, strawberries and raspberries aren't berries, but bananas and avocados are. The man who first came up with the character Wonder Woman also helped commercialize the polygraph machine. A crow remembers faces and learns your living patterns. Essentially, crows know everyone in the neighborhood better than you ever will. New York City is further south than Rome, and on about the same latitude as Madrid. Ireland is further north than all of the US except Alaska. Switzerland has a navy and at least 2 underground mountain redoubts. Parts of Germany and Italy are inside Switzerland's borders. Basel International Airport is in France, while Geneva's International Airport is on the border between France and Switzerland. The only international airport on St. Martin is on the Dutch side of the island. Geneva used to be 2 cities, the Calvinist city of Geneva and the Catholic city of Cararauge. A jiffy is an actual unit of time, not just an expression. In computer engineering, it is the length of one cycle of the computer system clock. In chemistry and physics, a jiffy is the amount of time it takes light to travel a distance of 1 centimeter. Arby's holds the record for the longest commercial. It was a 13-hour commercial to prove that their smokehouse brisket is really actually smoked for 13 hours. Funny thing, my friend saw on social media saying, "Be the first 50 to respond and we will send you the ad." He did it and it came through. He now has 6 or so DVDs of a brisket smoking. While filming Chicken Run, the animators couldn't get the chickens' heads to not have a seam on the neck. To fix this, they decided to put some kind of cover over their necks in the form of necklaces and scarves. So every single chicken has a necklace. They were super worried that everyone would notice and wonder why chickens were wearing necklaces and it would take away from the experience, but literally no one noticed or cared. If you spelled out every number with letters, you would have to get to 1000 to get the letter A and 1 octillion before you hit the letter C. To travel from North Korea to Norway, you only have to go through one country. The longest sentence is constructed thus: bulldogs fight. Bulldogs, that, bulldogs fight, also, fight. Bulldogs 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 fight, fight, fight etc to infinity. Panalphabetic sentence using each letter once. Mr. Jock, TV quiz PhD, bags few links. Sesquioxidizing is the word in Scrabble that gives the highest known possible score in a single move. The most overused word is set, with 36 definitions, and used in 37 idiomatic phrases in Merriam-Webster. Take the first letter off each word for a very different sentence. Show this bold Prussian that praises slaughter. Slaughter brings rout. The opposite of edible is inedible. Of describable is indescribable. Of determinate is indeterminate. However, flammable and inflammable have the same meaning. Pentasyllabic is pentasyllabic. Monosyllabic is not monosyllabic, while undefinable has a definition. Jane Austen came up with the phrase, "If I've told you once, I've told you 100 times." She is quoted 1640 times in the OED. The moment you describe something as indescribable, you've partially described it. If something is unmentionable, you've mentioned it, albeit indirectly. You have a message from the trivia man. Like and subscribe to get the last piece of trivia. Here it is. Dr. Seuss wrote Green Eggs and Ham because someone bet him it was impossible to write a children's book with less than 50 different words in it.